Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with another speed test. It's time to do a speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A17 versus the Infinix Hot 60 Pro, and the Infinix Hot 60 Pro is powered by new MediaTek Helio G200 SoC. Also we have 8 GB of RAM, while Samsung is powered by old MediaTek Helio G99 SoC. Also we have 8 GB of RAM. So very interesting to see how both phones is gonna perform in the head-to-head speed test. As always, let's start off with the boot up test. And definitely Samsung needs to improve the processors on their budget level phones, and both phones is running on latest Android 15 XOS version 15.1.1 versus the One UI 7 on the Samsung A17. No Android 16 on the Galaxy A17. So the Infinix Hot 60 Pro is slightly faster when it comes to booting up, beating out the Samsung A17 when it comes to booting up. So now let's talk about the display. So on the Samsung we have 6.7-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 90 Hz refresh rate. Also we have a U-shaped notch on the top, while on the other hand Infinix has a very good looking 6.7-inch 1.5K 144Hz AMOLED display. Also we have a center punch hole, and the overall and the bezels it is much smaller on the Infinix Hot 60 Pro. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network, so opening up the phone dialer slightly faster on the Samsung. So next on the list is the settings, faster on the Samsung once again. So let's go to the display area. The display is much more brighter on the Infinix. So inside the display, so you can see we have 90 Hz refresh rate versus a 144 Hz, but 144 Hz it is only available in 3 applications, while other apps will run at 120 Hz maximum. So now check out some more apps like Amazon Shopping. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. So Infinix Hot 60 Pro is slightly faster as compared to the Samsung A17. Let's see the scrolling. Scrolling it is, I would say, smooth on both phones. We have 90 Hz versus a 120 Hz, which is working on the Infinix. So now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. That is blazing fast on the Samsung A17 over the Infinix Hot 60 Pro. Instagram about the same. Let's pin out, exactly the same. Snapchat faster on the Samsung once again. Spotify, and that one faster also on the Samsung. So now let's see the Subway Surfer on both phones, another game. And Infinix Hot 60 Pro is showing its speed or not. Let's see. So both phones is performing identical at the end, but in the start Samsung is slightly faster there. As far as the speakers are concerned, much more better on the Samsung A17, much more louder, also a lot more crisp. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, last big game we have in this speed test. MediaTek Helio G99 versus new improved MediaTek Helio G200. Not massively improved, but it is improved obviously from the Helio G99. So Infinix Hot 60 Pro, it is faster or not. Let's see. So the Samsung A17 it is slightly faster in terms of opening up the game. Also in that game you will see a smooth graphics with extreme frame rate. So now let's open up X. That is slightly faster on the Samsung. Now let's opening up Zedge. And Zedge it is open up faster on the Samsung A17 or on the Infinix. So both phones is performing identical, I would say, overall in Zedge as well. As far as the scrolling are concerned, 120Hz versus 90Hz. It is not even smooth on the Samsung because of the Helio G99, I think. Yes, much more smoother on the Infinix, more stable as well. So last time launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Let's see. So open up at the same time. As far as the cameras are concerned, let me show you how the cameras looks like. And the camera test of the Samsung A17 is coming really soon. So the cameras, it is massively better on the Infinix. So looking at the front facing camera, so the front facing camera, I would say I like more on the Samsung as far as the colors are concerned. But let's take one picture, and now let's see the after result. So, and the processing, it is much more better on the Infinix overall. Now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using Chrome on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. So wikipedia.org, slightly faster on the Infinix. Scrolling it is I would say smooth on both phones. Not a big difference between 90Hz and 120Hz. English tab, and this time it is also similar but much more smoother and stable on the Infinix as compared to the Samsung. Next on the list is the Samsung.com. And Samsung.com, it is faster on the Infinix first. Scrolling it is smooth, I would say. So now let's see RAM measurement. So both phones has 8 GB of RAM. Let's see how the RAM measurement looks like on the new Samsung A17 phone dialer. That it seems like refresh on the Infinix. Settings, that is refresh on the Infinix. Amazon shopping, refresh on both phones. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, refresh on both phones. Instagram still there. Let's see Pinout, refresh on the Infinix. Snapchat, refresh on the Infinix. Spotify, refresh as well. So RAM measurement, it looks really bad on the Infinix. Also on the Samsung A17, let's see PUBG, that is still there. Open up X, that is in-app refresh only. And Zedge, refresh only on the Infinix. And lastly back to the internet browser, so that is still there. And guys, what I have to say, as you can see, and the apps opening speed is faster on the Samsung A17, but in some games, yes, I can see the difference, but difference, it is really small. Really impressed by the performance of the Samsung A17. This one still is competing to the latest Helio G200. So in terms of the RAM measurement is really bad on both phones, but overall much more bad on the Infinix as compared to the Samsung. Also on the Samsung, we have 5000 mAh battery size with a 25-watt super fast charging, while Infinix has a 5160 mAh battery size. Also we have 45-watt fast charging. So that's about it, and thanks so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Samsung A17 versus the Infinix Hot 60 Pro. And do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.